It's tough to sweep a doubleheader, and the Red Sox were on the wrong end in Game 1 today as the Red Sox sent Clay Buchholz to the mound. They figured they'd be in good shape, but unfortunately, White Sox come away with the win. Top of the fourth inning, already 1-0. White Sox A.J. Krasinski knocks in the White Sox second run of the game off Clay Buchholz, who left after just 5 innings. The Red Sox would get one back in the bottom of the fifth inning when Marco Scudero singled to center, scoring Bill Hall. That would be all Boston would get off John Danks, who went 7 innings, allowing just 1 run and striking out 5 along the way. Bobby Jenks, the closer for the White Sox, would finish it off in the ninth, getting Marco Scudero to fly out to end the game. With a tying run on base, the White Sox take Game 1 3-1. It was all about their starting pitcher, though, John Danks.
When we run into those lefties that have given David and J.D. a tough time, it's happened. It's a big part of our offense. But you can see, the one sequence, he pitched right around Jed, and then really made some good pitches on Billy and Mac. He's one of the better pitchers in the game.
The Manager is brought to you by Bigelow Tea, Terry Francona's green tea of choice. We're back at Fenway Park with more after this. John Lackey looking for his 13th win of the year as the Red Sox try to bounce back in the ninth portion of the day-night doubleheader. It's Game 2 of the series between the White Sox and the Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Well, Dustin Pedroia's injury was key to the Red Sox this season. There's been so many injuries, but the Red Sox second baseman going down in a game in San Francisco, and yesterday had season-ending surgery. He's back on June 25th when he fouled the ball off his foot in San Fran. The surgery yesterday. The second baseman's season ends after 75 games. This injury report is brought to you by Fallon Community Health Plan. Fallon Community Health Plan does more to keep your employees healthy. Contact your broker. Go to fchp.org. Earlier today, Terry Francona talked about the surgery.
It sounded really encouraging from everything. When they went in and saw the amount of healing and that it was in a line, just sounded really optimistic. So that was good to hear. Certainly we'd rather hear that than have them come out and say, oh boy, this isn't what we thought it was going to be, and things like that.
We welcome in Jerry Remy. Let's turn our attention to the White Sox, a team we've not seen all year until today, and pretty impressive today, Paul Konerko.
It's hard to believe it's September. We have not seen Konerko play, but he's had one great season for the Chicago White Sox. You look at the rankings among the American League, has been outstanding. Right now on a 14-game hitting streak with a .491 batting average. He now has 6 seasons with 30-plus home runs, and he's 2 RBIs for the 5th 100-plus season. So he's been doing this for a long, long time. This is one of the top players in the game, and now he has Manny Ramirez hitting behind him, so he should have a great month of September. If the White Sox go to the playoffs, he's a guy that's going to certainly gets a lot of attention for MVP in the American League.
Well, John Danks was outstanding in Game 1. It's Gavin Floyd who goes today for the White Sox in the second game. He's 9-11 with a 3.86 ERA. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Lines. New England Subaru dealers. Dunkin' Donuts. New England Ford dealers. Taco Bell. And by New England Kia dealers. Red Sox take the field for the nightcap of the day-night doubleheader. And as they do, let's check out the visiting Chicago White Sox starting 9. Juan Pierre leads it off in left field with Alexei Ramirez at shortstop batting second. It is Alex Rios in center field third. Paul Konerko at first base bats fourth with Manny Ramirez the DH fifth. Mark Tian was in there at third base sixth with Carlos Quentin in right field seventh. Ramon Castro does the catching, he bats eighth. And Gordon Beckham is at second base. He bats ninth. On the mound for Boston is John Lackey. His 28th appearance of the year. 12-8 his record with a 4.60 earned run average. Opponents are hitting at .289 against him. He is 0-1. I should say 3-5 against Chicago in his career, and a loss last time out against the Rays in his last outing, 6 1/3, giving up 9 hits and 5 runs, walked 3 and struck out 7.
The defense tonight for the Red Sox, they'll have Adrian Beltre at third base, Marco Scutero, the shortstop, Bill Hall at second, and Victor Martinez, the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Ryan Kalish, and J.D. Drew, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for John Lackey. The Red Sox, 87 errors on the season. They had 7 in the American League.
Umpiring crew, James Hoy has the play calling the balls and strikes. Laz Diaz at first base, Angel Campos at second base, and the crew chief, John Hirschbeck, is the umpire at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
No, very comfortable conditions tonight, 74 degrees, breeze out to center at 15 miles per hour, and partly cloudy expected for the rest of the night. Red Sox and White Sox playing the day portion today, and the White Sox winning game 1 3-1. And here we go in game 2. John Lackey 3-5 with a 4.06 ERA. The N13 career starts against the White Sox. Juan Pierre at 282 with a home run, 36 runs batted in. He was 0 for 4 in the first game today. And the first pitch of this one is in there for strike 1, and we're underway. This one fouled back to the backstop. And it's 0-2. Lackey working with Jared Saltalamacchia in behind the plate. After we saw Victor Martinez catch the day game today. 0-2 pitch, wants it up. And this one is grounded foul outside of first.
When you look at the splits for John Lackey, right-hand is sitting 260 against him. Lefties at 313.
Home and road has been different too. The ERA is exactly the same, 4.60, but the record here at Fenway, he is 9-3, but on the road 3-5. This marks his 15th home start. He's made 13 starts away from Fenway. Lackey ready to work with the 0-2 pitch. Slaps at it, sends it down the left field line, but foul.
Looks like the wind has shifted a little bit here for game 2. It was left to right in the first game this afternoon. Now kind of blowing out here at Fenway Park. And what has been just a spectacular day here.
In the dirt, knocked down by Saltalamacchia, and it's 1-2. Prior to the loss last time out for Lackey at Tampa Bay, wins against the Angels and Mariners. Back-to-back victories. But ran into trouble in the 6th inning in Tampa Bay last time out. He also gave up 3 runs in the 6th. It was a 3-1 Red Sox lead at that time into a 4-3 deficit, and the Rays ended up winning that game 5-3. And of course taking 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox in that big head-to-head matchup with the Rays. 1-2 pitch. Softly grounded foul outside of first.
Now Juan Pierre is a tough guy to strike out. He's only struck out 40 times this season. 39 walks, 40 strikeouts. He's up there swinging the bat.
Red Sox did a very good job of keeping him off the base paths in game 1. He was 0 for 4. His first in stolen bases with 53. Ground ball to first base. Martinez needs Lackey to cover. He does for out number 1. So a tough out, but Lackey gets him for the first out here in the first inning. There's Alexei Ramirez at 285 with 16 homers and 57 runs batted in. He batted out of the number 8 spot in game 1 and was 1 for 4 with a single as he takes strike 1 over the outside corner. White Sox banged out 13 hits in the first game. Hauled off to the right, and it's 0-2. In fact, everybody in the starting 9 for Chicago had at least one hit, with the exception of their leadoff hitter, Juan Pierre. Alex Rios waiting on deck. He was 1 for 4 today for Ozzie Guillen's team. They'll be keeping an eye on the scoreboard. Actually, that game is already over, and they're unable to gain any ground, at least with the first game today, with the Twins already winning. Minnesota beating Texas 12-4. So the White Sox remaining 4 games back of the Twins. They didn't lose any ground with their 3-1 victory here today. And a chance to get a little closer with a victory tonight. The Yankees beat Toronto today 7-5. And Tampa Bay tonight is at Baltimore. As this pitch is inside, it's 1-2. 95 that time from Lackey, but missing. Looking for Lackey to eat some innings up here tonight. He's completed at least 6 innings for a team high 23 times this year. Tied for the 7th most in the American League this season. Red Sox had to get into the pen relatively early. Pulled Clay Buchholz after 5 innings and 95 pitches, and they're getting him ready apparently for his next start on Wednesday, which would be against Tampa Bay, and big head-to-head matchup there. So a look at the numbers today for Buchholz, who does take the loss. It is now 15-6 on the year with the loss. Down and away, and it's 2-2. In the dirt, and a swing and a miss. Ramirez strikes out, and it's the first K for Lackey. 2 down.
Well, the curveball from John Lackey to pick up his first strikeout of the night. Alex Ramirez, a free swinger, a guy that will chase bad pitches, and he certainly does right there. Chases the breaking ball from Lackey.
Well, 2 down, but they're making him work. Back-to-back 8-pitch at-bats for Pierre and Ramirez. And here's Alex Rios, 293, 20 homers, 79 runs batted in, and the recipient of strike 1. Rios 1 for 4 in the first game today, single. John Jaso, the leadoff home run against the Orioles. The Rays out to the early 1-0 advantage. They're at Camden Yards in Baltimore tonight. Strike 2, 1-2. Wade Davis matched up against Ryan Mattis. And 2 pitches in the dirt outside. It's now 2-2. Actually, that's supposed to be James Shields against Jeremy Guthrie.
Yeah, we just saw Mattis a couple of days ago.
It'll be Davis and Mattis tomorrow for the game 3 of that series. 2-2, jams him, and it's a pop-up. From the left side comes Beltre onto the infield grass, puts it away. Lackey's got a 1-2-3 first. Red Sox are coming up. Floyd. His 28th start of the year. He's 9-11, but a good ERA, 3.86 coming in. He's logged 170 innings, and opponents hitting at 264 against him. First pitch strike to Marco Scutaro. Last time out, a loss to the New York Yankees, going 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs. Walked 3 and struck out 4. Scutaro fouling it off to the right, and it's 0-2.
He's never lost to the Boston Red Sox. He's 3-0 in his career, one of 3 American League teams that he has not lost to. 5-0 against Detroit, 3-0 against Oakland, and as I mentioned, 3-0 against Boston.
On the outside corner for strike 3. Quick at bat for Scutaro, and there's 1 down. Let's check out the Red Sox starting 9. Brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. As Marco Scutaro at shortstop with J.D. Drew in right field. Victor Martinez at first base after catching game 1. David Ortiz at DH with Adrian Beltre at third base. Daniel Navas in left. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching, batting 7th. Ryan Kalish in center. And Bill Hall at second base, bats 9th.
Strikeout pitch to Marco Scutaro, a fastball on the outside corner, and Scutaro couldn't believe it.
J.D. Drew batting 2nd, hitting at 255 with 18 homers and 60 runs batted in. Drew was 0 for 4 in the first game today. Chops one right side. Beckham with the backhand. A little trouble getting it out of the glove, but still has time to get Drew for the second out of the inning.
The defense for the White Sox, they have 80 errors on the season. Mark Teen will be at third base. Alexi Ramirez, the shortstop. Gordon Beckham at second, and Paul Konerko, the first baseman. Left to right, Juan Pierre, Alex Rios, and Carlos Quinton. Ramon Castro doing the catching for Gavin Floyd.
2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And here's Victor Martinez playing at first base for the nightcap. And Victor, 289, 13 homers, 55 runs batted in. He was 1 for 4 during the day game today. Strike on the outside corner, and it's a ball and a strike. Floyd, 27 years of age. Last 4 starts, he's gone 1-3 with a 5.96 ERA. This one's fouled off, and it's time now for a look at the game notes brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Red Sox chose to leave John Lackey as the starter for the night portion of today's doubleheader. One of the reasons maybe his record at night. He's 11-3 this season. Manny Ramirez in the lineup for the 3rd time as a White Sox in his career. He has 5 home runs against Lackey, the most ever by any player. And Gavin Floyd will be looking to build off his last 2 starts, just 1-1. His ERA is more than 7 runs lower than his previous 2 starts. As this one fouled off by Victor Martinez. 1-2. Since June the 8th, Floyd is 5th in the majors, 2.31 earned run average. John Danks pitching extremely well in game 1 today, and he shut down the Red Sox, holding him to 1 run in 7 innings. Breaking ball down and in, 2-2. In the last 16 starts, Gavin Floyd has given up 6 home runs. In 109 innings, only 6 home runs. 2-2 is away. He's at a 2.83 earned run average in his last 8 road starts. On the ground and through the left side, finds the hole. And Victor Martinez with a 2-out base hit.
Well, Victor Martinez came into the game a career 300 hitter against Floyd. He takes the fastball away and shoots it away to the opposite field. Didn't pull the ball, didn't roll over on it, took it by the shortstop for the 2-out base hit.
So 2 down here in the first inning. Victor Martinez at first base. And here is David Ortiz, Red Sox DH in the cleanup spot. David at 259, 27 homers, 82 runs batted in. Ortiz in the first game was 0 for 4 and struck out 3 times. Over the inside corner for a strike as David taking a peek back at James Hoy. First time that David has been under 260 since August the 9th as he comes into tonight's game hitting at 259. Pitch elevated and missing for ball 2, 2-1. Adrian Beltre on deck with 2 outs here in the Boston half of the first inning.
A changeup again to Ortiz. He saw a lot of changeups in the first game from John Banks, the left-hander. Changeup here going away, and Ortiz fouling it off.
Down and in, full count. 94 and missing for Floyd. Struck out Scooter O, got Drew to ground out. Martinez with a 2-out single. And Victor will get a start at first base with a full count to Big Papi. Second straight batter that's had a full count against Gavin Floyd. Ortiz rolls it over foul. Will do it again. Ortiz hits it into the shift. Beckham in short right. Second baseman throws him out to conclude the first inning. Done with 1. No score from Fenway. Top of the second inning, back at Fenway Park, scoreless as John Lackey returns to the mound and deals with Paul Konerko, Manny Ramirez, and Mark Tan here in the second inning. That's the first game for Konerko, who sends one down the right field line, foul and out of play. Konerko with 3 hits in the first game, 2 singles and a double. Scored 2 runs. 33 home runs on the season, 98 runs batted in. And a .323 average for the White Sox first baseman.
And right now working on a 14-game hitting streak where he's hitting 491.
He runs one inside. It's 2-1.
As that hitting streak I was talking about, 9 multiple hit games throughout the streak.
Late on that cut, and 93 in the fastball that time from Lackey. 2-2. Konerko thought about it, didn't go. Now it's a full count. Obviously the first start of this year for Lackey against the White Sox. Went 8 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned. Had 7 strikeouts in his last outing, getting a no decision against Chicago. August 4th of last year. Of course, he was in an Angels uniform at that point. In the last 6 starts, he is 0-3 against the White Sox, 3.72 ERA. Down the line, but foul. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Paul Konerko. And it's a fly ball out to shallow left center field. Daniel Nava coming over. And it'll be Kalish who steps in front of him and makes the catch for the first out of the second inning. And here comes Manny again.
Designated hitter number 99, Manny Ramirez.
More of the same. And he takes strike 1 as part of our key matchup brought to you by New England Honda dealers. Great numbers against John Lackey. 429 with 5 home runs against John Lackey. On base 21 of the 37 times as pitch misses away, and it's 1-1. Since joining the White Sox, 3 for 7. And today had 2 hits. First game today, 2 for 4. Both singles. Able to hold up and take ball 2. 2-1. Lackey wanted that pitch.
And Manny had a base hit to the opposite field in game 1 as we look at that last pitch. It would be a good one. And he also pulled a base hit back in the first game.
On the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Martin, who did not play in the first game, waits on deck. Ramirez, with a swing and a miss, strikes out. 94 on the fastball by him. And for Lackey, his second strikeout, 2 down.
First strikeout for Lackey was on a curveball. This time it's the fastball he throws by Ramirez. At about 93 miles an hour.
Two down here in the second inning. Martin, former Kansas City Royal, 269, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Shoots one foul off to the left and out of play. And getting the start at third base, we saw Omar Vizquel at third base in the first game today. Foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2 quickly to Tien. Omar Vizquel earlier today had a base hit, was on base twice, single and a walk. Tien has been hot in the last 25 games, sitting at .341. And this marks his 46th start at third base. Started 7 times as a DH, 2 in right field, and 1 appearance at first base. He's coming off a good month of August. Spent time on the DL earlier this year with a fractured right middle finger. And as he strikes out, back-to-back Ks for Lackey, 3 in all, inning and a half done. We're scoreless from the Fens. Bottom of the second inning as Adrian Beltre leads it off for the Red Sox. Gavin Floyd back on the mound, gave up a 2-out single to Victor Martinez, but out of the inning unscathed. Got Ortiz to ground out. .321 average for Adrian. Beltre playing in both ends of the doubleheader, had a single in the first game, a 1-for-4 game today. 7-game hitting streak now, 7 for 27 during that stretch. Strike over the outside corner, and it's 2-1.
Now, so far, it's early in the game, but both pitches have been great on the corners.
Two and two to Beltre.
Another one on the outside corner that Beltre fouls off. It's certainly a strike, but a tough pitch to hit.
Breaking ball sent foul down the right field line. Still 2-2. Beltre, Nava, then Saltalamacchia to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. On the ground towards second baseman Gordon Beckham, who picks it up and fires to first for the first down of the second inning. Well, as the Sox wind down the regular season, students begin school season. Fall back into the school year with new apple cider and apple pie at Dunkin' Donuts. Paired with our iced coffee, our new apple pie is the perfect pair to keep you running. One out in the second inning for Daniel Nava.
Apple pie.
Nava 252 with a home run and 20 runs batted in. Nava did not play in the first game today. Bill Hall had to start in left field. Nava does tonight. Takes the 0-1 down and in. '30th pitch for Floyd. And it's in there for a strike, 1-2. Gavin Floyd averaging just over 4 runs a game of run support in 2010. 8th lowest mark in the American League. And he has received 2 runs or less in 10 of his last 18 starts. Elevates and Nava chases, strikes out. Second K for Floyd, 2 down.
They threw him a number of breaking balls prior to that, then changes his eye level with the high fastball and throws it by him. So both strikeouts for Floyd tonight on fastballs. Got Scudero on a fastball.
2 down here in the second inning for Jared Saltalamacchia. 273. No homers and a run batted in for Saltalamacchia. Activated from the DL on Wednesday. So that lower leg infection he ended up being hospitalized for. And placed on the DL on the 19th of August. 4 rehab games with the Pawtucket Red Sox with a home run, 4 RBIs. Started 2 games behind the plate and 2 as a DH. Gets jammed and pops it up into shallow left. Out goes Alexei Ramirez. And the shortstop pulls it in to end the inning. Red Sox go in order in the second. We play 2. No score from Fenway. Top half of the third inning as Carlos Quentin swings at the first pitch he sees and drives it towards the gap in right center field. Doesn't get through with a triangle. Quentin's going to be running around. Early shot to point, and Quentin is taking 3. Throw to third base is not going to be in time. And what a start to the third inning for the White Sox. Carlos Quentin tripling to the triangle in right center field. Lackey had retired the first 6 White Sox he faced in the game, but it's a triple to begin the 3rd inning.
Well, Quentin jumps on that first pitch fastball and finds a gap and rolls it all the way to the 420. This should come as no surprise. He is now 6 for 10 with 3 home runs in his career against John Lackey.
He's at third with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. Ramon Castro fouling one straight back. He does the catching. A.J. Pierzynski caught the day game. So it is Castro's in there at night, hitting at .312. 7 home runs and 18 runs batted in. This one fouled into the catcher's mid. 0-2. All of us here at Nesson and the Red Sox want to send out happy birthday wishes to Bishop Joseph McGuire from Springfield, Massachusetts. Hope today was a good one for you. Very high for ball 1, 1-2. Castro in the last 24 games hitting at a .346 clip. Just inside, and it's 2-2. And again, full count.
Lackey bending his back a little bit, thought he had the inside corner on the last couple of pitches. Try to go back inside one more time and missing again.
Top foul, do it again, 3-2.
Infield playing back for the Red Sox with the exception of Victor Martinez, who's playing about even with the bag at first base.
Swing and a miss. Castro down on strikes. 4 strikeouts for John Lackey. 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
Gets him to chase his curveball. Big strikeout with the man at third base. Nicely blocked and caught by Saltalamacchia.
So Lackey needed something that didn't involve contact, and he gets it by striking out Castro. Here's Gordon Beckham, the second baseman for the White Sox. Takes a pitch high fastball for ball 1. Beckham, of course, broke in last year as a third baseman, making the adjustment to second base this year. And home runs, 48 runs batted in, and .257 batting average. Played the day game today. This is off the end of the bat towards Martinez at first. He's coming home. Saltalamacchia can't hold on to the baseball. Quinton didn't touch the plate, but he will now. And the White Sox will take a 1-0 lead. He was bracing himself for the hit, took the hit, and dropped the baseball as Quinton's able to jar it from him.
Yeah, it looked like Quinton went right after the glove and knocked the ball out of the glove of Saltalamacchia. They had him by plenty. That's exactly what happened. Carlos Quinton goes after that glove and knocks the ball right out of it, then has to go back and tag home plate. Saltalamacchia with 2 hands right there, but it still came out.
It's a fielder's choice, an error charged to Saltalamacchia. No RBI on the play. Quinton did actually get the plate the first time, but he went back to make sure. Bunt bid by Pierre. Beltre on the run, barehanded with a nice play. Adrian Beltre able to keep Pierre off the base paths. We talked about the number of infield hits and bunt singles that he has had on the year, but Beltre gets him at first as Beckham takes second.
One thing Beltre can do is he can get plenty on the baseball from that sidearm on the hand flip to first base. And he actually ends up getting Pierre by a good step and a half. More than that.
No sacrifice on the play. So 2 down in the inning. Beckham at second base now. And here's Alexei Ramirez, who struck out swinging in the first inning. 4 strikeouts for Lackey so far in this one. Tried to hold up, could not. Changed his mind in the middle.
He made him look bad last time on a curveball to strike him out. Starts him with a curveball in this at bat.
He's hit a 310 in this spot. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Inside on a fastball, and it's 1-1. So Juan Pierre tried to bunt his way on. He has 11 bunt hits and 35 infield hits. All kinds of speed for the leadoff hitter for the White Sox, but he's having a tough day. He's 0 for 6 now. That bunt bid last time up. Chop to third. Beltre will plant and throw. And plenty of time to be able to get Ramirez. White Sox do get a run. Take a 1-0 lead after 2.5. One 1-0 White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Last half of the third inning. Ryan Kalish leading it off and taking strike one. Kalish, a .238 hitter. 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. Darnell McDonald played the first game in center field. It's Ryan Kalish for the nightcap, followed by Bill Hall and Marco Scutaro here in the third inning. Covidien, the global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. Their 2-pitch from Floyd. Breaking ball fouled off down by the shoe tops. Floyd has surrendered 1 hit through the first 2 innings. A single for Victor Martinez in the first. That's been it. It's 2 strikeouts. Got Scutaro, got Nava. And ahead of Kalish, showing 2. Fouled off again. 93 on the fastball from Floyd. Bill Hall, who played the first game today, a couple of hits, was 2 for 4 in the first game. Waits on deck. Fouled off again. Talk about the lack of run support for Floyd. He's received 2 runs or less in 10 of his last 18 starts, and that may explain the record for him. He's 9-11 despite a 3.86 ERA. Broken bat, foul for Kalish, who gets a new bat. He's gotten 0 runs in 5 outings this season. 1 run 7 times, 2 runs twice. But tough to win. You're not getting any support, and clearly he is not from his offense in the nights that he has pitched a lot of the season. Thus his below 500 individual record of 9-11 in 28 starts. 2 tap foul. Tough at bat here for Ryan Kalish to start the 3rd inning.
There always seems to be one guy like that on the staff that just doesn't get the run support. Certainly Floyd has been that guy this year for the White Sox.
Gets it by Kalish, strikes him out. 93 on the fastball. 3rd K for Floyd. 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
And he strikes out Kalish similar to the way he got Nava with the high fastball. Kalish upset with himself for not making contact on that pitch. About let a high.
2-1 down here in the 3rd. Bill Hall, the batter. 241, 17 homers, and 40 runs batted in. As mentioned, Hall with 2 hits today in the day game, both singles, scored a run, struck out twice. There for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Hall. Nick Markakis, it's a 2-run home run, and then the bases loaded. Luke Scott walks, so the Orioles scored 3 times, take a 3-1 lead. It's James Shields against Jeremy Guthrie. Action from Camden Yards in Baltimore. Mentioned earlier, Yankees victorious today, 7-5. Marcus Thames with a home run to propel New York to their victory. And the Yankees are red hot. They've now won 8 games in a row. 1-2 to Hall. Zips a fastball at 95, up and away, 2-2. Hall started the day portion of the day-night doubleheader in left field. In the night game, he starts at second base, giving Jed Lowry the 2nd game off. The 2-2. And the breaking ball is hit in the air to center field. Rios going back, still going. It's going to be over his head. Off the garage door. He gets it back in quickly, but not before Bill Hall stands at second base with a 1-out double.
And a lot of times you'll see hitters pull the breaking ball. This time, Bill Hall takes it out toward the 420. Nice piece of hitting. That ball down in the zone, and Hall stays back beautifully on it and drives it up over the head of Alex Rios in center field. One big bounce against the garage door, and Hall at second base with a double.
Bill Hall safe at second, safe and secure. New York life.
Bring out the organ.
One out, Hall at second, and here's Marco Scutaro. He struck out looking in the 1st inning. 1 of 3 Ks for Gavin Floyd. And a big swing from Scutaro and a miss. We're talking about Bill Hall earlier. His ball jumps right off his bat. It explodes, and that one right out to the triangle in a hurry.
Very strong guy. Compact, strong.
One missing, and the count is 1-1. Hall with 17 home runs in limited time, although with all the injuries, he's seen a lot more time than I think people anticipated that he might. Inside, ball 2. Floyd trying to work his way around a one-out double here for the Red Sox in the third. Marco Scudero has had a good year in this category, hitting a .313. Runners in scoring position. There's Hall at second base. A tapper foul, and it's 2-2. Well, the only hit with runners in scoring position in the first game. The Red Sox had some chances against John Danks. They were 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position in the first game today.
It didn't seem like that many, though.
No. Red Sox ended up leaving on 9 in the game. Elevates again, and Scudero chases and strikes out. It's the 4th strikeout for Floyd. 2 down.
Yeah, most of these strikeouts are coming on high fastballs. Up and away from Marco Scudero. No contact. Second time Marco is struck out in the game.
Here's J.D. Drew at 2 down, and Bill Hall at second base. Drew grounded out to the second baseman, Gordon Beckham, in the first inning. Strikeout high for Floyd on the year is 9. Did that against the Cubs back on June 13th. Overstock.com presents the ultimate Red Sox experience, which includes turning the scoreboard during the Red Sox-Yankees game on October the 2nd. Go to Overstock.com for details. Will Hall at second base with 2 down in the Boston third inning with the White Sox on top 1-0. Up high, ball 3. Todd Cooper, the pitching coach for the Chicago White Sox. White Sox has a staff with a 3.98 earned run average. It's good for 7th in the AL. There's a strike to Drew, 3-1. Freddie Garcia on the staff. So we saw outstanding work of John Danks in the first game. 7 innings, 1 run. 25th pitch is inside, and it's ball 4. Down to first base goes J.D. Drew. Time for a game break, and Tom Carrick, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Here it is 1-0. The White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Boston has 2 on, 2 down. And driving the pitch count up, Gavin Floyd. This will be the 60th pitch of his outing. Victor Martinez has 1 of 2 hits off Floyd. Victor with a single back in the first inning. And Martinez chops one right side softly. Beckham charging. Goes on the run and in time. And Floyd is out of the jam. The Red Sox strand a pair. We played 3. It's 1-0 Chicago. Top of the fourth inning, Alex Rios sends one down the right field line, and J.D. Drew in fairground makes the catch on the dirt of the track and over by the stands. Rios retired for the first down of the fourth, and it'll bring up Paul Konerko. Tomorrow night at 10:30, follow Matt Light off the field to get a glimpse of his home life, muscle cars, and charitable activity on an encore presentation of the premiere of After the Game, presented by Hess. See more at NESN.com/afterthegame. One out here in the fourth inning. Paul Konerko 0 for 1. He flied out to the center fielder Ryan Kalish in the second inning. Konerko with 3 hits in the first game today, 2 singles and a double. Strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Lackey with 4 strikeouts through the first 3 in the third innings. Manny Ramirez waiting on deck. Lackey tonight looking for his 13th win as he comes in at 12-8 with a 4.60 earned run average, 28th start. Away, and it's 3-1. Outside ball 4, and he walks Konerko. That was the first time that Lackey's given up a walk in the game. Well, our own Yuri Behringer was able to catch up with Manny Ramirez yesterday. And Manny kind of a different thought process on leaving Boston this time around as he comes back to Boston for the second time, this time in a White Sox uniform.
I think everything was my fault, but hey, you gotta be a real man to realize, you know, when you do wrong, and hey, it was my fault, right? But it was I already passed that stage, you know. I'm happy. I'm in a new team, you know, and like when I went to first, you know, I told Euclid, I said, hey, what happened between you and me, man? I'm sorry, it was my fault. So it take a real man, you know, just to go and tell a person, hey, it was my fault, you know, and that's what I did.
Now, one of the skirmishes he had here during his final time, which was turbulent at best at the end of his tenure here in Boston after 7+ seasons, and really didn't say very much first time he was here with the Dodgers, at least publicly, and yesterday had a chance too. And he drives this out to center field. Kalish on the move, gets over there and makes the catch. Quickly spins around and gets it back in. Ramirez is 0 for 2 in tonight's game. In case you missed any of it, and there is more to it, the conversation with Manny Ramirez will be on NESN Daily tonight. Manny 0 for 2 after getting a couple of hits today. 2 down in the fourth inning. Konerko at first base. Mark T in the batter. He struck out looking in the second inning as he takes strike 1. Over the inside corner, 0-2.
Fastball inside, followed by a slider inside by John Lackey. And quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
First pitch strikes to 12 of 15 batters so far for Lackey. This one bounces in. Saltalamacchia able to knock it down in front of him.
Tries to snap off the curveball for the strikeout. Saltalamacchia smothering the ball. And then runner at first base, Konerko.
Martin coming over from the Royals in exchange for infielders Chris Getz and Josh Fields. Sends one through the right side into right field, a base hit. And Urkel will take second base on the single for Martin. There's the second hit of the night for the White Sox.
Triple by Quinton. Now the single on a slider, it looks like, from John Lackey. Didn't sound very good off the bat, but certainly location of the baseball was.
Well, here comes Carlos Quinton, who had a triple in the third inning and ended up scoring the only run of the contest so far, banging the ball out of the glove of Jared Saltalamacchia, who had plenty of time to brace himself and get ready for the collision, but still could not hold on to the baseball. Gets hit with a fastball. This will load the bases. And the Lackey umpire is now Guillen is coming out. They just I think gave warnings, and Tito wants to know why.
Guillen wants to know why. Yeah,
they both do.
Both teams get penalized because of that, and
John Hirschbeck is the crew chief.
You mentioned last time up, that Carlos Quinton's had great success against John Lackey in his career, and that continued tonight with a triple. Collision at home plate, of course, back in the third inning when the run scored. Saltalamacchia not able to hold on to the baseball after Quinton knocked it out of his glove. And I doubt that's the reason that he got hit here in this situation by John Lackey. Lackey coming inside in the first pitch, did not get Quinton, got him on the second pitch, and you can see Quinton staring out at Lackey. He knows he's had success against John.
So warnings have been handed out here. And a bases loaded situation with 2 outs. Lone Castro struck out swinging in the third inning. He is 0 for 1 against Lackey, and up here in a big spot. White Sox already on top 1-0. Did he go? They'll check. No, he did not, says Laz Diaz. And warnings being passed out by home plate umpire James Hoy.
It doesn't seem to make much sense to me, Don. Guy gets hit, okay, fine, but why are you also penalizing the other team, the team that got hit? It doesn't make any sense.
I think that's what Ozzy's saying. If you want to do something, throw John Lackey out of the game.
It just... Now their pitcher, if the umpire thinks he's throwing at somebody, he's ejected from the game. They haven't done anything.
Castro, the swing and a foul tip, and it's 1-2. Wills flying to right to begin the inning. Konerko walked. There is lined out. Tien singled. And Quinton, who's at first, was hit by a pitch to load the bases. 2 down here in the fourth inning. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Lackey gets out of the bases loaded jam with his 5th strikeout. It's 1-0 Chicago. Help. Look for it on Sunday, September the 12th in the Boston Globe and at boston.com/Big Help. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0. White Sox on top. Both teams with 2 hits. As David Ortiz leads it off and takes strike 1. Ortiz grounded out to second base in the first inning, 0 for 1. In the dirt, and it's 1-1. Ortiz will be followed by Beltre and Nava here in the fourth inning. 63 pitches for Floyd as he works here to the first batter of the fourth inning. Ortiz tried to hold up but goes around, according to home plate umpire James Hoy, and it is 2-2.
Big Poppy couldn't hold up on that slider from Floyd. And a pretty good slider too, darting down and in on David.
On the ground into the shift. As Beckham can't play it in short right, it gets through him. And into right field as David Ortiz will reach to begin this fourth inning.
And Beckham plays the ball off to the side instead of getting in front of the ball, and will probably draw an error for this. Back on the grass, playing the ball off to the side, and Ortiz able to reach first base.
They have awarded a hit.
Well, that's good home cooking right there, Don.
And it's the third base hit of the night for the Red Sox.
Beckham's going right now. Wow. Yeah, it's good.
Adrian Beltre grounded out to second base in the second inning. Popped up. Chance here for Beckham again this time. Ducking back and can't catch it. They will throw to second base for the force out there. And they are able to record an out on Ortiz. As Beckham could not make the grab, but still with the force out. No error on the play. Gets one out.
Well, we know one thing. The sun didn't get in his eyes. He's just kind of cruising back after that. The wind might have pushed it a little bit, but certainly surprised Beckham. Fortunately, he had time to pick the ball up and had plenty of time to go to shortstop to get the force out. I guess that's all you can do is smile about a play like that.
He's living large right now. No error on the first play.
It really is. It's pocket money.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you, Don.
What out?
Every once in a while, I'll come out with a gem.
That was good.
Yeah.
Fitzy's happy someplace. Daniel Nava struck out swinging in the second inning. The Sox have 3 hits, a single by Victor Martinez in the first, double by Hall in the third, and has credited a base hit for David Ortiz to begin this inning. He's been erased at second base on a force out. Beltre first on a fielder's choice, 1 out, 1 on, and a 1-0 to Nava. That is up and away, 2-0. Floyd 11-11 last year. His best season was 2008 when he was a 17-game winner with 17-8 with a 3.84 earned run average. Fly ball lifted out to left field. Juan Pierre moving to his left to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care while at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down here in the 4th inning for Jared Saltalamacchia. Red Sox catcher who popped out to the shortstop Alexei Ramirez in the 2nd inning. Floyd up to 71 pitches with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Saltalamacchia grounding 1 foul, and it's down 0-2. Acquired from Texas at the trade deadline and optioned to Pawtucket. Played in 2 games with the Texas Rangers to start the year before he'd been sent down to AAA Oklahoma City. On the ground to first, and it's a fair ball. Picked by Konerko, tagged the bag to end the inning. We're through 4 from Fenway with the White Sox on top 1-0. One nothing White Sox on top of the Red Sox as we venture into the 5th inning. Gordon Beckham leading it off, followed by Juan Pierre and Alexei Ramirez. Beckham reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have only mustered 2 hits off John Lackey, but they enjoy a 1-0 lead as they come to bat here in the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Strike 3 call. 6th strikeout for Lackey. They close the 4th with a strikeout at Castro. Opens the 5th. They're getting Beckham.
Might have been a generous inside corner that time for John Lackey, but he'll certainly take it. Beckham didn't like the call.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. One out in the fifth inning as Juan Pierre takes a strike. Pierre grounded out in the first inning and in the third inning. 0 for 2. Tried to bunt his way on in the third, and Beltre threw him out at first. A nice barehanded play. Pierre is 33 years of age and spending the last 3 seasons with the LA Dodgers. Broke into the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies back in 2000. And they take strike 2, 2-2. 3 years with the Rockies, 3 with the Marlins, a year with the Cubs, and the past 3 years spent in LA with the Dodgers. I think it's jammed, a little pop-up that will land foul. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. And the question is, who is the only White Sox to win a Gold Glove since 1998? And the answer for you in a little while. So we have one out here in the fifth inning. This is empty for Juan Pierre. To center field, Kalish coming on hard, and he'll get there. Makes the running catch to retire Pierre. Red Sox did a great job of keeping him off the bases. 2 down in the fifth. Well, if you're just joining us, the collision at the plate a little earlier is Carlos Quinton able to jar the ball loose from Jared Saltalamacchia, who had time to brace himself. And then Quinton gets hit on a pitch from John Lackey. Both teams are warned, and this was after the inning, as Lackey telling him he didn't mean to hit him. And everything appeared to be okay between the two. As this is down the right field line, over is Drew, and JD will make the catch up against the railing. The 1-2-3 fifth. Halfway through this one, it's 1-0 Chicago. For the fifth inning back at Fenway Park, White Sox on top 1-0 as Ryan Kalish leads it off for the Red Sox here in the inning. Kalish struck out swinging in the third. He's 0 for 1. There's a pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. 4 strikeouts for Floyd through the first 4 innings. Wraps it foul down just beyond the Red Sox dugout and above it, 1-2. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. For each Red Sox win this month, the Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Plymouth. 1-2 pitch missing, and it's 2-2. Bill Hall waiting on deck, and then Marco Scutaro expected here in the 5th. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Kalish. Leadoff walk to begin the 5th. Second walk given up by Floyd. The Monster Seats at Fenway Park are maybe the best seats in baseball, and now you have a chance of winning Monster Seats with Monster Money. It's a Red Sox instant game for the Mass State Lottery, and there are instant prizes up to $3 million as well. Visit masslottery.com now. And a good spot to sit tonight for the night game of the day-night doubleheader from Fenway Park. Hall of double in the 3rd inning, one of only 3 hits off Gavin Floyd. Both teams have combined for just 5 hits in the game tonight.
This place has been quiet all day. It was quiet this afternoon. Red Sox not able to generate much offense at all, and same thing tonight. They hope the walk can get them started.
In the 2 games, Hall has 3 of the 10 hits the Red Sox have all day. Red Sox really kept at bay today during the day game. John Danks, 7 innings, 1 run. And now falling behind is Floyd, 2-0. So out goes Castro to talk to Floyd. White Sox in the first game did use Sergio Santos, who pitched an inning, and their closer, Bobby Jenks, who came into the game, went an inning, giving up a hit, and had a strikeout, and he got his 26th save. Red Sox getting into the bullpen after 5 innings from Clay Buchholz. Hutchinson went an inning and a 1/3. Dustin Richardson 2/3, and Tim Wakefield ended up pitching the last 2 innings. There's a ground ball through the left side into left field, a base hit. Kalish keeps going to 3rd, and he gets there. We were kind of held on to the baseball for a little while. He was kind of surprised to see Kalish keep going, and he gets there to 3rd base.
Yeah, good job of base running here by Kalish. There's the base hit to left. Now, most of the time, if it goes to left field, even if you're running, you're not able to make it. But Pierre, who doesn't throw all that well, did not want to test it going into 3rd base. So sends it back into 2nd base to try to keep a double play in order.
So Bill Hall, who had 2 hits in the first game, has 2 hits in the nightcap. 15 multi-hit games on the season. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. And Scutaro takes ball 1 away. And now coming out is Don Cooper, the pitching coach. He's falling behind. One of the Red Sox here in the 5th inning. Last 3 batters. Started this conversation about 15 feet away.
He knew exactly what he wanted to say.
While we have a moment, I want to remind you, Monster Monday to join TC and Peter Gammons for 30 extra minutes of coverage before the Sox kick off the series with the Rays. It's Red Sox Monster Monday presented by BMW at Peabody, live at 5:30. As Tampa Bay will be coming in for 3 before the Red Sox head back out to the West Coast again. Another chance to go head-to-head with Tampa Bay. And Kalish at 3rd base, Bill Hall at 1st base. Nobody out in the 5th. Floyd has not given up a run to this point, but in jeopardy of doing so here in the 5th inning. He's fallen behind 2-0. Another night in which he has not received much in the way of run support, just 1 run. Little room for error for the White Sox starter all season. Kalish at third, Hall across the diamond at first. Scudero takes strike 1. Marco's had a 1-for-7 day today in the 2 games combined, and has struck out 3 times today, twice tonight. Popped up, foul ground, should get to the seats and will. Both Konerko and Castro give it a look. Marco Scudero has always done well against the Chicago White Sox, a 380 career hitter against Chicago.
Bill Hall had about 3 or 4 steps towards second base, and Floyd noticed that and stepped off. Trying to time Gavin Floyd.
Full count. 87 pitches now for Floyd. He does not record an out in the 5th inning. And a concern for Don Cooper. 4th full count of the night for Floyd. J.D. Drew waits on deck.
That worked the other way twice in game 1. Red Sox doing it to the Chicago White Sox. But Bill Hall not falling for it there.
Runner goes, Scudero, it's a ground ball to the vacated right side. From third comes Kalish. Red Sox tie the game 1 aside. On to third goes Hall. Marco Scudero drives in the game tying run.
Perfect placement by Scudero. He had Beckham with the runner off, inching toward that second base bag. And the ball was hit almost directly where he was standing. He could not get back in time. See Beckham go toward the bag and look where the location of the ground ball is, almost where he started. I was always taught as a second baseman, if it's a running situation like that, which it was, you come in and a little bit closer to the bag so you don't have to move until there's contact.
So you're saying hanging a little closer to your regular position than taking off the second base.
Instead of having momentum going toward the bag, on contact, at least you can hold your position and still get to the bag if you have to. It gives you at least a chance to get back and make a play on that.
Strike over the inside corner. It's 1-2. He kind of vacates the area.
Yeah, he does. He starts about 3 or 4 steps towards second base, and then the ball's to his left. He cannot knock it down, and Red Sox pick up a run, and they go first and third. It's a beautiful thing.
One-two to J.D. Drew. Swing and a miss. He strikes out. They went up and 93, and Drew can't get it. It's the 5th strikeout for Floyd.
Well, he's done that quite a bit tonight, going upstairs with that fastball and getting Red Sox hitters to chase it. Like, very seldom do you see J.D. Drew chase a pitch that's out of the strike zone.
First and third, 1 out in the inning. And Victor Martinez, 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the first inning, grounded out to second base in the third. Earlier today, Victor did the catching in game 1 and was 1 for 4 with a single in the 3rd inning of the day portion. Ball 1 inside. Ball at 3rd. Scudero at first base. 1 out in the 5th. Red Sox have tied the game 1-1. Fouled straight back. Victor down to 1 knee after that cut.
Once again, it's that high fastball from Floyd. Looks like he twisted his ankle and just dropped to that 1 knee.
Martinez, as they go up again, fouls it off. And it's 1-2.
Well, Johnny Miller almost made a catch on that one in the press box. There's Johnny. Ball just a little too high for him, that's all. He was ready, had his hands up, ready to make the catch.
The 1-2 pitch. Martinez turns on this, but he's out ahead. Crushes it. And a foul ball. Well out ahead that time. He's 16 home runs in 105 career games against the White Sox, playing them a great deal. American League Central. He was a member of the Cleveland Indians. That's it. Bill Hall 90 feet away. Marco Scudero at first. A 1-2 pitch. Martinez staying alive. Big Poppy waits on deck with 1 out here in the 5th. Popped up into shallow right center field. Rios charging in from center. Will make the catch. Hall will bluff and draw a throw. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Rios ended up pretty shallow. He's got a very good arm. 2 down here in the 5th.
Certainly not deep enough to even attempt this against Rios, even though the throw's off target a little bit. From that depth out there, you're not going to try to score on that.
This was a regular right fielder when he was a member of the Toronto Blue Jays, with Vernon Wells in center field. And center here for the White Sox. 2 down in the 5th. David Ortiz, a batter, 1 for 2. Grounded out second base in the 1st. Single to right in the 4th inning. And takes a fastball high.
Are there termites in the booth?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm reading my shirt.
Looks like you got in a fight with
what is
something. Pitch is up high 2-0. Your shirt's all ripped up. I noticed that actually today earlier, but I didn't know if that's the way you wanted it. Yeah. But maybe that was the look you were after.
I don't know how that happened.
Ripped up shirt.
It's a nice shirt, too. It's too bad.
They come out of the rotation.
You might have to.
It's 2-0 to Big Poppy. Check swing foul, and it's 2-1. Light rain.
Oh.
Really? Huh. 2-1. Ortiz chops it. Right side. Canerco diving. Will race to the bag himself with the out. That ends the inning, but the Red Sox get a run to tie the game 1-1. Park Red Sox get a run on the bottom of the fifth, so we're tied at 1. In the second game of the day-night doubleheader, White Sox secured game 1, winning 3-1. And the Red Sox and White Sox are tied 1-1 tonight. Rios leading it off. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out to third and flied out to right. Mackey working into the 6th inning. It's time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. Who's the only White Sox to win a Gold Glove since 1998? It's a pitcher. Mark Burley is the answer. Burley took home a Gold Glove last season. He was the first White Sox to win a Gold Glove since Robin Ventura won his 5th in 1998. There's the short right, and Drew scampers in to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
That's surprising when you think about it. It's been that long since somebody on that roster's won a Gold Glove.
Omar Vizquel and Andrew Jones, of course, now on this active roster. 2 of 3 active players with 10 or more Gold Gloves, but they didn't do it with the White Sox. And White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen was a Gold Glove winner for Chicago back in 1990. 1 out in the 6th. And Paul Canerco, the batter, he's flied out and walked. Fly ball out towards left center field. Nava and Kalish, and it's Kalish makes the catch as Nava peels off. 2 down.
Coming up tomorrow afternoon, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day Live with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. Josh Beckett takes on Mark Burley in the series finale. We'll have a preview tomorrow at 12:30, only on NESN.
Manny Ramirez standing in 0 for 2. He is struck out and lined out. Some questions as to whether or not he's really sorry, at least by these fans. This one fouled off to the right and back and out of play. Manny now 3 for 9 since joining the White Sox, and had a couple of hits here this afternoon. Both singles, one right, one to left. That's a pitch high, and the count 1-1. Orioles have opened up a 7-2 lead now over James Shields and the Tampa Bay Rays in the bottom of the 5th inning at Camden Yards. Trying to hold up. Goes around, and it's 1-2. Manny was looking for something else.
Yeah, completely fooled on the curveball here by John Lackey. He's got a lot of fastballs from Lackey.
Line down the right field line. It is a foul ball.
Hooking, and in foul territory. And he's taking that outside pitch to the opposite field.
For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings, if the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to the Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy, official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 outs in the 6th inning. A 1-2. 90th pitch from John Lackey, misses low and away. 2-2. Lackey in his last outing, throwing 110 pitches in 7 1/3. That was, of course, the Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Swing and a miss. Ramirez strikes out. A 1-2-3 6th for Lackey. A 1-1 game from Fenway. A 1-1 game to the bottom of the 6th inning, and first pitch swinging is Adrian Beltre. Alexei Ramirez throws him out. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the last half of the 6th inning. Introducing Arbor Coat Exterior Stain by Benjamin Moore, a revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. 1 out here in the 6th inning, and here comes Daniel Nava. He was 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Flied out to left in the 4th. Action in the White Sox pen for the first time. Right-hander Scott Linebrink. .104 pitches for Floyd with 1 out in the 6th. As Nava takes a pitch outside. It's been a 5 strikeout night for Gavin Floyd. He has walked 2. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Jared Saltalamacchia on deck. And Nava gets hit. Red Sox have a 1-out base runner.
Slider that goes in and hits Daniel Nava right on the knee. It looks like just below it. He got nowhere to go to get out of the way of that.
So Nava at first base, 1 out in the inning, and Jared Saltalamacchia coming up. He has popped out to shortstop and grounded out to first base. He is 0 for 2. As he takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Fly ball down the left field line. That will land foul and into the seats. Overstock.com presents the ultimate Red Sox experience, which includes turning the scoreboard during the Red Sox-Yankees game on October the 2nd. Go to Overstock.com for details. One out, runner at first in Daniel Nava, a 1-1 game in the 6th inning. 1-1 pitch to Saltalamacchia is to short right. Quinton coming in, and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy bringing you Red Sox baseball in high definition on NESN. Coordinating producer Red Sox baseball is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director is Michael Narachi. Associate producer Jim White. Production assistant Kate Galvin, and NESN's executive producer is Joel Fell. We're in game 2 of a day-night doubleheader from Fenway Park. White Sox took game 1 3-1. Red Sox and White Sox tied 1-1 right now in the nightcap with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now we'd like to thank our crew here, one of the best in the business, we feel, for a long day put in at the ballpark today here early in the morning. He'll be here till late in the night and doing a great job as always.
And we'll all be back early in the morning tomorrow to play day baseball from Fenway. Long day at the yard. You're right, Jerry. Best in the business. This crew right here.
It's always a pleasure to come home.
Pitch inside. It's 2-1. Inside, it's 3-1. You think about the elements too at the beginning of the year. April and May.
It gets hot out there too in the summer.
Yes, it does.
It's hot.
Not for Kenny though. He's covered. Photojournalist, sometimes cameraman John Martin. 3-1. This is flared, and Ramirez back to make the catch. They will end the inning. Red Sox strand a base runner. We played 6, tied at 1. 1-1 game to the top half of the 7th inning, and it's Mark Teahen leading it off against John Lackey. Teahen is 1 for 2. He possesses one of only 2 hits that the Chicago White Sox have mustered against Lackey. His was a single to right in the 4th inning, the other triple by Carlos Quentin. There's a line drive, base hit into right field for Teahen. He's done it again. His second hit off Lackey tonight, and aboard to begin things in the 7th.
Now both hits off Lackey have been on the curveball. Curveball last time in the 4th inning for a base hit. Same thing here now in the 7th.
The pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Lackey 6+, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walk and 7 strikeouts. 93 pitches deep now. Lead runner on here in the 7th as Carlos Quentin takes a pitch in the dirt outside. Double-barreled action in the pen. Gregory Infante, right-hander, and Lucas Harrell, a right-hander up for Chicago. Neither worked in the first game today. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. And of course, Quentin hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. It is the 18th pitch that he's been hit by, tying his teammate Juan Pierre. Travis Hafner and Kurt Suzuki right below them, as there's a strike, 1-1. Quentin with a triple in the 3rd inning, and then scored as he was able to jar the ball loose in a collision with Jared Saltalamacchia at the plate. Fouled off to the right, 1-2.
Time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam, and it's at play where Quentin comes in, knocks the ball out of the glove of Saltalamacchia, and that's the run that the White Sox have tonight. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
The run the White Sox have. White Sox tying the game with a single run in the bottom of the 5th. Fly ball sent out towards the gap in left center field, and it's going to grab some wall. The ricochet kicks to Kalish as Teahen is going to be stopped. A wild throw to nowhere. And coming home now is Teahen as Quentin will take 3rd. That throw cut off was not cut off. It missed the cutoff man. And then everybody. And the White Sox take a 2-1 lead. That was not pretty.
Kalish plays the ball off the wall okay, but then just lets it fly in towards second base. And it's going to be off the target. You see Bill Hall tracking it down. He can't get to it. And by then it's going to have to be the catcher, Saltalamacchia, making the play. That'll probably go as a double and then an error on Kalish.
It is. And another error leading to a run. As this one is fouled off as Quentin gets to 3rd. There's no RBI involved in this run either.
Red Sox have to pull the infield in. Nobody out. Down by a run. Getting late in the game.
We've got Ramon Castro batting with Quentin now 90 feet away. And he fouls off another 0-2. Action in the Red Sox pen. Daniel Bard about to start warming up. In the first game, Atchison, Richardson, and Wakefield worked in relief of Buchholz. Pitch number 100 of the night for John Lackey. Castro tonight has had trouble with Lackey. Struck out twice. Once swinging in the 3rd, once looking in the 4th inning. It's a fly ball to right field. Drew getting himself position. As he makes the catch, Quentin will tag. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And the White Sox take a 3-1 lead. A sacrifice fly for Ramon Castro. And the White Sox lead it by 2.
Well, the first time tonight he's made contact off John Lackey, and good contact, deep enough to J.D. Drew in right field to get that run home from third base. Drew trying to get himself in a good position to make a throw, but he really had no chance at all to get Quinton.
Well, the first RBI has been handed out tonight for the White Sox, and it goes to Ramon Castro. The 2 runs scoring on errors. There's Gordon Beckham batting out of the number 9 spot. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 5th. Lackey at 102. Still below his average, and his season high is 124. Falls behind 3-0 to the number 9 man. There's only 1 walk tonight. That was Konerko back in the 4th inning. In the midst of a meeting with himself right now behind the mound. Down low, ball 4, and Beckham down to first base. This will bring John Farrell out. Let's check in with your Need to Know with Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Cole Wright. Okay, Cole, back here at Fenway Park as a meeting at the mound. John Farrell out there to talk to Lackey with 1 out, 2 runs coming in. And some miscues tonight from the Red Sox. 2 errors leading directly to runs. And the White Sox have a 3-1 lead with Beckham at first base, 1 out. Juan Pierre coming up. In on the grass already. The third base is Adrian Beltre.
Four steals for Beckham on the season, but he has been caught 6 times.
There he goes as Pierre swings away and fouls it off.
Must have been playing a little hit and run there between Beckham and Pierre.
Dunkin' Donuts is in its 11th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, special seating section at Fenway. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. 1-2, Juan Pierre. He went around. This is home plate umpire James Hoy. And finds himself in the hole, 0-2. Bard is up, but so is Robert Manuel. Bard going over the matchups, it appears, with Gary Tuck, the bullpen coach. The White Sox pen is busy too. Chris Sale, who's up in the first game, up in the second game now. Scott Linebrink is still up for Chicago. 0-2, sent foul down the right field line. Outside ball 1-2. So the Orioles have up their lead to 8-2 over Tampa Bay tonight in the 6th inning at Camden Yards. And right now the Red Sox have their hands full with the Chicago White Sox. Down 3-1 now. The White Sox getting 2 runs so far here in the top of the 7th. Slicing it foul. Still 1-2.
A nice catch in the luxury box is very, very rare that you see that kind of play in a luxury box. Two-handed catch.
Very nice.
Usually there's too much luxury to make good catches like that.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Juan Pierre. He's been on a pretty good battle with Beckham at first base and one out. 111th pitch for Lackey. First to check on Beckham. In the day game, Buchholz went the first 5 innings, throwing 95 pitches. Lackey working here into the 7th. He's gone 6 1/3. 1-2 is high, and it's 2-2. Terry Francona's taking Buchholz out after 5 and 95 pitches to get him ready for his next start, which of course is against the Tampa Bay Rays. Scheduled to be on Wednesday night, final game of the homestand. Second 8 pitch at bat of the night for Pierre. Beckham's off again, and Pierre hits a fly ball to left field. Nava is there to make the catch as Beckham will find his way back to first. Pierre is out number 2 of the inning. In case you missed it, the newest lineup from Nesson Original Entertainment will air again Sunday night. Shining City, Pocket Money, and After the Game. 3 shows that are all new and all made right here in New England. Begins Sunday night at 9:30. Alexei Ramirez batting with 2 outs in the inning. 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out, and flied out. Alexei Ramirez had a single in the day game today. Chopped down third baseline foul, and the count evens at 1-1. Could be a long day if you end up with an 0-for in both ends of the doubleheader.
That's always the fear going in, Don. you can easily come up with an 0 for 10.
You're in a slump in one day.
Yeah.
Outside, and it's 2-1. $15 pitches now for Lackey's. Had to work hard here in the 7th inning. 2 runs in for the White Sox. He's not out of the inning yet. Runner goes. And a soft liner that'll be caught by Scudero, ducking back to the outfield grass. 2 runs in the inning for Chicago. 3-1 White Sox lead. above and beyond, just like Dunkin'. With 60 years of coffee greatness, Dunkin' Donuts is #1 for iced coffee. 3-1, the Chicago White Sox have taken the lead over the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Scott Linebrink into the game for the White Sox. His 42nd appearance, 2-1 record with a 4.47 ERA. Well, it's sitting at 249 against him. 44 Ks in 46 and a third innings for Linebrink. He's been scored upon in 3 of his last 4 games, and he's given up 4 earned runs in his last 4 2/3.
Pretty tough on right-handers, though. They're only hitting .202 against Linebrink.
Jed Lowry leading it off here, pinch hitting for Bill Hall. And taking ball 1. So Hall, who had been 2 for 2, comes out of the game as Linebrink comes in. Pretty good day for Hall. Had 2 hits in the first game, 2 hits in the night game, and Lowry pinch hits for him here. Lowry did start at second base in the first game today. And Jed was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a single to center field. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, 1-2. Scudero waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Lowry strikes out to begin things in the 7th.
Once again, elevating that fastball against Jed Lowry above the belt, just below the letters.
Well, that has been the recipe tonight for both.
Yeah, it seems
pitchers.
that way, yeah.
Evan Floyd with 5 strikeouts in his 6 innings. And Linebrink doing the same thing here. Strikes out Lowry. 1 out, Scudero, 1 for 3. An RBI single in the 5th inning. Line for Gavin Floyd, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Finally gets a little bit of run support. As his team gives him 3 runs, although the Red Sox really helped out with 2 errors, very costly, both directly leading to runs. Red Sox on top 3-1. Scudero, who provided the Red Sox only run in the first game. An RBI single, has done the same so far tonight in game 2. A single to right in the 5th inning. Scored Ryan Kalish, the only Boston run in the nightcap. J.D. Drew waits on deck. Scudero to right field, sending Quinton back. Makes the catch below the cap high, and there's 2 down. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region by J.D. Power and Associates. Daniel Bard warming in the pen. Looks like he'll be coming on for the 8th.
As again, making his way out to the mound. Looks like he's going to go for the left-hander against J.D. Drew.
With 2 outs in the 7th inning. Makes the pitching change. 3-1, White Sox on top.
2019. Foxwoods Resort Casino and MGM Grand at Foxwoods turned the first level of the Great Cedar Garage into a supercar haven to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
3-1 White Sox on top. And there's getting to the big leagues fast, and there's getting to the big leagues really fast. Chris Sale, selected in the first round, 13th overall in 2010. And here he is in 2010. That pitch was at 97 in his warm-up tosses. He threw under the backstop. And a little bit on the wild side. Could be alarming, standing in as a left-handed hitter, as Drew does. And takes pitch outside too. This is his first pitch as he comes in.
Now, it's not exactly what you want to see if you're on deck.
But he's missed with the first three, 3-0. And this will bring Castro out. He was called up on the 4th of August from AAA Charlotte. Lefties are 4 for 16 against him. He's got 8 strikeouts against him. But 10 appearances, 16 Ks in 10 innings.
After the game tonight, it's WB Mason Extra Innings Live with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. They'll break down a busy day at Fenway Park. That and much more after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
3-0. And Drew takes strike one. JD grounded out second base in the first, walked in the third, struck out swinging in the fifth. Another strike, full count. Outside, and he walks Drew. So a 2-out walk. And at the tying run coming to the plate, and Victor Martinez and Don Cooper, the pitching coach, headed out. We'll get behind 3-0, battle back, make it a full count before he lost Drew. And JD walking for the second time tonight. I'll remind you to visit the official online shop of the Boston Red Sox at redsox.com to browse the largest selection of official gear. Get your gear from the official source, the redsox.com shop, except no substitutes. Two down, JD Drew at first base, and Victor Martinez coming up. Victor singled back in the first inning to left field. Since then, he's grounded out to second, flied out to center. And there for strike one, 97. Again, for Sale, 9 of his 10 appearances have been scoreless. Off the lefty, now dealing with Victor Martinez, who takes ball 1-1-1.
First changeup he's thrown at 86 miles an hour, so he goes fastball at 97, changeup to 86.
Victor 4-13 against left-handed pitching. Take strike two, 1-2.
Doubled up on the changeup. Changeup again, this time right down the middle of the plate.
Inside, and it's 2-2. Started at Florida Gulf Coast University, then drafted in the first round, 13th overall. Spent time at A-Ball, Winston-Salem, then to Charlotte, then here to the majors on August the 4th. This is on the ground towards Ramirez. It's short. He'll go the easy way to second for the force out. It wraps up the 7th inning. We head to the 8th, 3-1 Chicago. Three to 1, the White Sox on top of the Red Sox as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. Red Sox bring on Daniel Bard for the 8th. 61st appearance of the year. He's 1-2 with a 1.85 earned run average, 63 Ks and 63 1/3. And opponents hitting at 163 against Bard. Jed Lowry staying in the game at second base after pinch hitting for Bill Hall. Alex Rios leading it off for Chicago here in the 8th. Rios 0 for 3. He's put the ball in the air 3 times. Lied out 3 times and sends this one foul off to the right, 1-1. Bard 8th in the American League with 61 games. And 3rd in the league with 63 relief strikeouts. That's a slider on him, missing down and away, and it's 2-1. Bard has been going more than an inning a lot lately. He's gone more than an inning on 15 occasions on the year, 1.11 ERA when he does. Fly ball out to center field. Kalish back there, shy of the track to make the catch for the first out of the 8th.
The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. And we'll take a look at 3 of John Lockey's strikeouts tonight. A fastball to Castro, a fastball here to Beckham, and a curveball to strike out Manny Ramirez. John Lockey pitched very well in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them are earned runs. Error is really hurting the Red Sox. 2 directly leading to runs. Walked 2, struck out 7. 1 out in the 8th for Daniel Bard. Paul Konerko takes ball 1 outside. He is 0 for 2. He is flied out twice to center and walked. It's after a 3-hit performance in the day game today. It's a fly ball out to right center field. About the same spot. Kalish is out there again to make the catch. The first 2 outs of the inning.
After the game tonight, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox Final with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. They'll bring you the AL East and wildcard updates. Catch it after the game only on NESN.
Well, that may put an end to the 14-game hitting streak for Konerko as he is flied out for the 3rd time tonight and is the 2nd out of the 8th. Manny Ramirez welcomed again, sort of, as he stands in on the right side 0 for 3. Struck out twice, lined out. Takes strike 1. Starts him with a slider. And kind of ducking out of the way of that one, and it's 1-1. And he is 1 for 2 in his career against Bard, a single and a strikeout. In the dirt, and it's 2-1. More action for Boston. Hideki Okajima warming in the pen. Interesting to see if Ozzie Guillen comes back again with Bobby Jenks in game 2. Of course, he had a save in game 1.
Didn't have to work all that hard for it either.
No. That is 26th save, and it had been 4 days since he had worked. Late swing by Manny. It's grounded foul into his former teammate's dugout.
Manny's getting booed for that.
They've gotten Clay Buchholz. Probably about the last thing the Red Sox would need at this point. His right hand to be injured. Two pitches low and away, and it's a full count. And Clay today being dealt the loss, his 6th of the year. Hit apparently on that ground foul into the Red Sox dugout. 3-2 to Ramirez. To right and in for a base hit. And a 2-out single for Manny Ramirez. Manny had 2 hits in the first game, and it's a base hit here in the 8th. He'll be pinch run for.
Gets the fastball inside and just kind of pushes it out toward right field for the base hit. Manny's seen a ton of sliders in that at bat, then finally got the fastball and picks up the base hit.
Brent Lillibridge running at first base. So a 2-out single for Manny Ramirez. Mark T in the batter. Tien had 2 hits tonight off John Lackey in 3 tries. He struck out looking in the 2nd against Lackey, but singled in the 4th and singled in the 7th. Scored the 2nd White Sox run. Left-handed batters hitting at 130 against Daniel Bard. And has a check in almost on Lillibridge.
They had him leaning towards second base. Just barely getting back in time. The tag up around the elbow, hand on the bag.
Big secondary lead for Lillibridge, who doesn't go anywhere, and it's 2-0. Martinez hits a fly ball to center field. Kalish makes his way over, and he'll handle all 3 outs out there in center field. 7.5 in the books. 3-1 Chicago. Webb's Bath Centers. For friendly, experienced guidance, find your showroom at frankwebb.com. 3-1, the White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Work to do for Boston here in the last of the 8th. David Ortiz leads it off against Chris Sale. David a single to right field in the 4th inning, a 1-for-3 showing tonight. In the game at third is Omar Vizquel. He started at third base in the day game. And tonight at third base now here in the 8th inning. Took over for Martin. Sale took over in the 7th. And after walking J.D. Drew, got Victor Martinez to ground out to run the inning. Adrian Beltre, then Daniel Nava. The expected trio for Boston here in the 8th. Ortiz on the ground to second. Gordon Beckham's got it. There's 1 out in the 8th. Well, join Cole Wright tonight at 11 for Nesson Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial, a show for demanding sports fans. We're wrapping up our day here at Nesson. Love Day of Baseball, the day-night doubleheader. And we'll look to Cole Wright to wrap it all up. 1 out in the 8th inning for Adrian Beltre, who stands in on the right side. This one gets away to the backstop. There he is. I wondered if he'd be up again, and he is. He got a save in game 1. His 26th of the year. This one carved foul, 1-1. Jenks in the first game faced 4 batters. Gave up a leadoff single to Lowry, but then struck out Hall, got McDonald to fly out, Scudero to fly out, and was out of it pretty quickly in the 9th. So he's getting ready again. And the score could be the same again. Came in when it was 3-1 in game 1. Red Sox trying to get closer here in the 8th. Beltre takes ball 2, 2-2.
So far from Sale, we've seen that fastball at 97, the slider and a changeup.
Beltre hits it hard on the ground and into center field. A one-out base hit. Beltre's first hit of the night. And the tying run will come to the plate here for the Red Sox in the 8th.
Well, the Red Sox now out hitting the White Sox 6-5 in this game. Base hit on the fastball right back up the middle by Adrian Beltre.
Well, now an 8-game hitting streak for Adrian Beltre. And hitter coming up for Boston. For Nava, it'll be Lowell. Cole, 241, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. Started the first games on Cooper's coming out. Well, in between games, we found out about Mike Lowell's rib, which we're unaware of. Mike Lowell broke a rib in a collision with John McDonald back on August 20th. Had some discomfort, had an MRI and a CT scan on Friday, and the break was discovered. Lowell addressed the media a while ago, said he would play through it. He's been through so much in his career already, of course, major hip surgery, and it's not about to keep a broken rib from keeping him out of the lineup, he said. As long as he can go out there and do what he needs to do, he's playing. And he's been very good as a pinch hitter, 5 for 10. Lowell pops it up. Back at first, Konerko straddling the line, steps into fair and makes the catch and almost turned it into 2. Makes the grab as Beltre back to the bag at first.
I was wondering there for a second where Adrian was going. Was able to get back in time, though, after Konerko made the catch. Beltre just kind of, almost like you forgot how many outs there were, and I think it took the attention of the third base coach to tell him that there was only 1 out. It looked like he thought it was 2 outs. Tim Bogar looked like he looked in his direction.
And now Jared Saltalamacchia takes ball 1 away. Saltalamacchia 0 for 3 in the game. He's popped out, grounded out, flied out. Outside, it's 2-0. Okajima joined by Jonathan Papelbon in the pen. Saltalamacchia holds up, and it's 3-0. He's 8 career home runs off left-handed pitching. Ball 4, and a 2-out walk. So Saltalamacchia down to first base. 2 on and 2 outs. And you get Ryan Kalish being called back.
It's like Darnell McDonald coming out for the Red Sox. And Patterson is going to run at first base.
So that's a night for Saltalamacchia, who earns a 2-out walk, first and second out, 2 down. And Darnell McDonald will pinch hit for Kalish. And here comes Oz again. Going to make the change and go to his guy now in the 8th. Chance to be on it, 3-1 White Sox. plate. Carlos Quinton coming in as Victor Martinez guns home as Saltalamacchia had time to brace himself, but could not hold on to the baseball in the collision. As the White Sox first run. Red Sox getting their first run. Marco Scudero's RBI single in the fifth would score Ryan Kalish to get the Red Sox on the board. And some of the run the Red Sox have so far, but they are threatening here in the last half of the eighth inning, trailing by 2. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Bobby Jenks into his second game of the day, 55th appearance of the year. 1-3 of the 4.56. And his 26th save today, throwing 13 pitches in the ninth inning in the day game. Darnell McDonald pinch hitting and a swing and a miss for strike 1. McDonald faced Jenks today and flied out to left field against him in the ninth inning. Down and away, and it's 1-1. Matt Thornton, left-hander, up in the pen. Jenks has had 2 saves in a day once in his career. July 24th of 2007 against Detroit, as he misses for ball 2. And again through 13 pitches in the first game. Beltre at second base. Patterson pinch running at first, and now Castro out to talk it over. Reminder to stay with us after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Complete post-game coverage coming up. Tim Rice and Tom Caron wrapping up game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. McDonald takes ball 3. Jed Lowry waiting on deck. And a pinch hit for Hall in the 7th. McDonald hits a fly ball to center field, playable for Alex Rios out there in center. Makes the catch, and that does it in the 8th. We head for the 9th, 3-1 Chicago. Road Ahead, brought to you by Sitco Insurance. Tomorrow in Game 3 of the series, will be a battle of two veterans. Mark Burley will get the ball for Chicago. It'll be Josh Beckett for Boston. While pitchers will be making their first September starts this season, a month that has served them well in the past. Burley 24-14 in his career, and Beckett is 20-9 in the month of September. Head-to-head tomorrow for the last game of the series. All kinds of changes. Darnell McDonald in center, as Eric Patterson is in the game in left. Mike Lowell at first base. New battery entirely. Victor Martinez doing the catching. As Carlos Quinton fouls the first pitch off. From Hideki Okajima. Okajima's 43rd appearance, 4-3. 5.67. Opponents hitting at 347 against Okajima. Tied the only batter that he faced on Thursday night to end the 8th inning. This one popped up foul, backing out of play, and it's 0-2. Quinn's been on base 3 times in the game tonight. A triple in the 3rd, scored. Hit by a pitch in the 4th, and then doubled in the 7th. Got 2 of the 5 hits the White Sox have. The Red Sox are actually out hitting the White Sox 6-5, but trailed by 2 runs. For 5 in his career against Okajima, including a home run. Swing and a miss. As Quinton is down on strikes for the first out of the 9th inning.
Okajima gets Quinton on the split-fingered fastball, working down and away. Quinton's had a big night, a triple, got hit by a pitch, a double. Okajima strikes him out here in the 9th inning.
Here's the catcher, Ramon Castro. After striking out in the 3rd and in the 4th, hit a sacrifice fly in the 7th inning. And takes strike 1. Picked up his 19th RBI of the year. Inside, 1-1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. Jed Lowry scheduled to lead it off. Marco Scudero and J.D. Drew. Anybody gets on, Victor Martinez will have a chance. Red Sox trailing 3-1. They lost the first game today, 3-1. Popped up. Foul ground. Victor comes back. He's got a play. And he makes it for the second out of the 9th. Almost stepped on his mask that he had discarded originally, and there's 2 down. Here's Gordon Beckham, who from the number 9 spot reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and walked in the 7th inning. To Gordon Beckham in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Lackey for 7 innings in tonight's game, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 7. On the hook, came into tonight's effort with a 12-8 record. Beckham takes strike 1, and it's 2-1. Okajima activated from the DL on the 28th of August. They've been on the DL since August the 6th with the right hamstring strain. First made 3 rehab appearances with the Paw Sox. 2-1 missing, and it's 3-1. To Beckham. In there for strike 2, full count. Line to left and headed towards the corner. Rattles off the wall. Patterson quickly gets it back in, and it is a long single for Gordon Beckham with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. His first hit of the day, and the White Sox get their 6th.
Been on base the last 2 times up. He walked in the 7th. Now he gets that line drive right down in the corner. Hit so hard that Patterson gets over there in time and holds him to the single. You see him 2 outs if Beckham tries to get himself in scoring position with a steal.
Juan Pierre 0 for 4 in the game. He is 0 for 8 on the day. He was 0 for 4 in the first game, 0 for 4 in the second game. Lead on that cut, and it's 1-1. Robert Manuel up again for the Red Sox, as he was a couple of innings ago. Red Sox trying to keep this a 2-run deficit right now, give themselves a chance. As Okajima delivers the 1-1. And this is to left field. Patterson will make the catch. Wow. Started in, then changed direction and gets the job done. On to the bottom of the 9th, 3-1 White Sox. Toyota dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer. The New England Sports Network. Sullivan Tire. And by Southwest Airlines. 3-1, the Chicago White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox heading to the bottom of the ninth. Bobby Jenks back on the mound again as Jed Lowry leads it off and takes ball one. Lowry struck out swinging when he pinch hit in the 7th inning. It'll be Scudero and Drew after Lowry. 1-1-1. Bobby Jenks trying to secure his second save of the day as Andrew Jones takes over in right field for Carlos Quentin. And for defensive purposes here in the ninth. Strike 2 as Lowry disagrees.
Like a pretty good pitch here from Bobby Jenks. Let's see how close it is in the Mika zone. Pretty close.
Lowry with a swing and a miss, and Jenks has the first out of the 9th inning.
Second time Lowry has hit in this games, and he struck out both times, just blazing that fastball at 97 by Lowry.
Jenks first came into the game with 2 outs and 2 on in the 8th inning and got Darnell McDonald to fly out to center. Starts the 9th with a strikeout of Lowry. Does have action behind him. Tony Pena, right-hander warming. Matt Thornton, the left-hander, who had been up earlier, is up again. And it's Marco Scudero in on the right side. And we take strike 1. Now Marco responsible for the Red Sox runs today, and I mean all day. Drove in the only run they had in game 1. Has driven in the only run they have in game 2. Struck out twice tonight. A single, that RBI single in the 5th, and then fly to right in the 7th. Inside, that one fooled him and almost stuck right into it. 2-1. Don't forget after the game to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox final. It's coming up from our Nesson HD Television Center. Tom Caron and Hall of Famer Jim Rice. And the 2-1 is low and away. Red Sox trying to get a base runner on to bring the tying run to the plate. J.D. Drew waits on deck. Strike 2, full count.
And with that in mind, certainly right there, Marco Scudero taking all the way.
Scudero hits a fly ball down the right field line. The defensive replacement, Andrew Jones, is there for the second out of the 9th inning. So 2 down, and here comes J.D. Drew. J.D. has been aboard twice tonight, both times walking. It's also grounded out and struck out. But it'll take something from Drew if we are to continue with 2 outs here in the 9th. In there for strike 1. 94 from Jenks. Jenks in the first game facing 4 batters, throwing 13 pitches to get his 26th save of the year. Looking for 2 saves in 1 day for the second time in his career, as he misses just outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Chopped right side. Beckham's got it. It's on to first, and the Red Sox are swept in a day-night doubleheader at Fenway Park by the White Sox. The same score gets them both times. White Sox win 3-1 during the day and do the same thing at night. not a good day for the Red Sox in Boston. And a frustrating day, Jerry. The Red Sox really not able to do anything with the White Sox pitching in either game.
No, pitching was very good for the Red Sox today. Hitting was not. I mean, no offense at all in either game today, only scoring 2 runs combined in the 2 games. And a little bit sloppy play tonight by the Red Sox also made it look worse, actually worse than what it was. A couple of errors that turned into runs, and not a good day at all for the Red Sox.
So Jenks gets saves in both ends of the day-nighter. We're back with more from Fenway after this.